This is how I designed and made a vest from scratch, part 1. First, I'm drawing up the idea because I need something visual to go after. I need to know, or at least have some idea before I go and buy yarn. So I wanted to do a vest with a somewhat high neck, just a regular 1x1 ribbing, just regular shoulders, and also just armholes with a regular 1x1 ribbing. The shape should be somewhat just square and a regular 1x1 ribbed hem of around 8 centimeters or something like that. And then I wanted slits or open sides, which should be double knitted after the body is knitted, looking somewhat like this. And then the vest should have, or should be in 2 colors. I wanted some sort of neutral background color, and then a contrasting color for the color work. A flower pattern of some sort, and then just a regular diamond shaped diagram. And those two should just be repeated. At this point, I don't know how many times it can be repeated because I don't know what the gauge is yet. Or at least I did some testing with yarn I had lying around just to know what the pattern would look like after it's knitted, but I wasn't exactly sure. I knew somewhat beforehand that I wanted to knit in pure Gynt yarn. I just went with a dark gray base color and white for the contrasting pattern. So now for me it was time to do some more calculations, knowing what this was gonna be. So my chest circumference is around 90 centimeters, and the gauge for this yarn, or knitting in this yarn, is 18 stitches, 23 rows. I knew I wanted a positive ease of around 15 centimeters, which gives me a loose fit, and adding the positive ease to the chest circumference gives me around 105 centimeters, which should be what the final vest measures around the chest. And then I knew my slits should be 3 centimeters each in width. Taking the 105 centimeters and subtracting the 3 centimeters is around 100 centimeters. I just picked 100 because it's a very good number. And I knew I was gonna have 2 5-stitch steeks because I'm not gonna knit back and forth with color. I just want to do it in the round. And I know I have 1.8 stitch per centimeters because of the gauge, and 100 centimeters gives me around 180 stitches. But then I also have the steek, which is a total of 10 centimeters, which gives me 190 stitches, which is what I'm gonna cast on because this vest is knitted bottom up. So now I need to know a little more about the height of the garment. I know that I want it to be 52 centimeters from hem to top, and I know that my ribbing at the bottom should be 8 centimeters. 52 minus 8 is 44, and then I know that I want my arm opening to be around 20 centimeters, which gives me around 22 centimeters from the bottom to the armhole, where I need to do some decreasing. So the total collar work length is 44 centimeters. And I have 2.3 rows per centimeters, And 2.3 times 44 centimeters is just around 100 rows, approximately. And I know how much room my diagrams take. So that's 19 rows, and the other one is 5 rows. So yeah, my camera was acting up, so I'm gonna do the rest of the calculations like this. So yeah, I knew I had the total of 100 rows. And I knew my flower pattern was 19 rows, the other one 5 rows. I wanted the large one to be repeated 3 times and the other one to fit in between, which gives me a total of 67 rows of color chart. And then I knew my whole garden from bottom to top would be 100 rows, minus the 67 rows is around 33 rows, which should be divided out between the color diagrams. So that gives me around 5 rows between every chart, and then a little extra at the top.